Hi.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey. Can we just pretend like we just didn't record an episode?
Yeah, this isn't awkward at all.
No, not at all.
Nope.
It's just a little strange,
Not
right?
even a little bit.
Welcome back.
Hey, I'm Kristen.
I'm Brittney.
And this is All Things Strange,
where we talk about anything and everything strange. If we see something or think of something that might be strange, we talk about it.
Yes.
We look it up and we do minimal research and
talk about it.
Usually from Wikipedia.
And then we talk shit, and it's fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
It's a shit talking good time with our cow boots up, and we like to dance and sing, and it's fun.
Except for we don't dance or sing. Except for you just sang, but
I did.
That doesn't count.
I guess I haven't sang a song yet for our podcast. That was a first.
That was a first.
I do sing a lot of songs, you guys. You don't even know. Especially to my cat.
Yeah, she makes up a lot of songs for her cat. It's almost sickening. It's kind of worrying in some ways. Like, you need professional help.
No. I have my ABC song I sing for her, but it's just about the letter C.
Oh. C for Kunti.
Yeah.
Kunti.
I don't know if I should sing it. It's kind of a private thing.
Keep it to yourself. That's all for you. So, this week we're going to be talking about urban legends.
Woo!
Which I love urban legends, and I had a hard time picking one. I couldn't.
It was a hard time finding one with a story.
Yeah. I mean, I did think about, just going for the basic Cropsey.
Yeah,
but
Cropsey's
I feel like
fun. They have that whole documentary, which is bad.
Well, and my favorite thing in the world is an urban legend that's true, that turns out to be true. You hear all of these stories, and then all of a sudden one day, oh yeah, that's all actually true. So it's
like that weird clown that would fucking kill kids and shit. Oh wait, that was John Wayne Gacy. So true.
Psycho. Anyways, so I did think about doing Cropsey, but then I was like, there's so many documentaries, there's so many articles, there's so many this or that on Cropsey. I don't want to do that. I don't want to exhaust it quite yet. So I had to narrow it down to states, and I was just like, well, I'm from Washington, so we're going to do an urban legend in Washington. And no, I did not choose Bigfoot.
I was wondering.
No, Bigfoot needs his own episode.
Can I guess what you did?
Yeah.
Is it the mini Stonehenge?
No.
Okay.
What's the mini Stonehenge?
You never heard of that in
No.
Washington? It's in southern Washington, and they call it the mini Stonehenge, and there's a lot of UFO shit.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Jeremy and I were going to, do that, but then we ended up moving here, and...
Well, I guess we're just going to have to go see the real Stonehenge.
I would like to go back to Washington and do all the things I never got to do.
Me too. And even whenever I go back to visit, I'm just like, I don't have the time to do it, and it sucks.
When I think about visiting Washington, I only think about seeing just a couple of people, but I just think about the things I want to do.
Yeah, but see, my problem is everybody I know is there, and it's really difficult. So if I do go back up to Washington the next time, I'm just going to throw a big party for everybody and then spend the next
not
week.
show up.
Yeah.
Yes! And then we're going to go to the Ho Rainforest, bitches. Bitches in Ho Rainforest.
Yeah, bitches in Ho Rainforest. No, but then spend the rest of the time just going around and seeing things,
Yeah.
It's just, I lived there my entire life and I haven't seen even half of it.
Oh, I should go up in the summertime and go to the lavender farms.
Ooh, yes.
Up north. It's the best.
I cut all the flowers off my lavender except for the ones that weren't bloomed yet, and it made me really sad.
Yay, mine is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, I've got it all laying on the kitchen counter trying to dry it out so I can make lemonade.
I'm going to do that this year too. That'll be so delicious.
Lemonade. Okay. But no, it's not the mini Stonehenge. That is not what I picked.
That was my guess.
I picked the 13 Steps to Hell at the Maltby Cemetary.
What? I've never even heard of it.
You've never heard of the 13 Steps to Hell? Okay.
No.
So I heard about this for the first time just a few years ago.
Okay.
Because when I heard about it for the first time, it was them actually covering up the steps.
And where is this at?
It's at a cemetery in Maltby.
Where's Maltby?
I have no fucking idea.
Is it north, south, east, west?
It's somewhere.
I think it's in Washington.
Yeah, I think it's north.
I don't know a lot about north. I'm a southern kind of gal.
So there's this tomb there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got these steps that lead down into it. And the legend is that you I don't remember. Hold on. I've got the article that I'm taking all of this off of, which I got from the dumbest website, which is probably actually
Cracked?
the best website. No, it's not Cracked.
I do love Cracked.
It's scaryforkids.com.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, that's like when you're 14 years old and you're looking for that kind of stuff online. Like, you just gained access to the internet. That's the kind of shit that you look for, right?
Yes.
That's the website. So the 13 Steps is a scary urban legend about Maltby Cemetary in Washington. They say these 13 steps lead down to hell.
Just 13 of them?
Just 13. Well, 13 is a magic number for that kind of shit.
Maybe that's why you need to call before you dig.
Probably.
That seems a little shallow.
Gas lines. The 13 steps down to hell were located in Maltby Cemetery in Washington. There used to be a staircase that began at ground level and descended down under the earth. So it's not like you like were up and then it was like on a hill or anything. No, it's like kind of like flat ground and you go down into it almost like a cellar.
Okay.
13
steps of hell.
It was said to be a low-grade entrance to the tomb of a wealthy local family. According to the legend, you had to go to the cemetery late at night and walk down these 13 steps. And I couldn't remember if you had to do that forwards or backwards, but I think you just did it forwards, because if you did it backwards, you'd probably just fall and crack your head open and die and go to hell anyways. Makes sense, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, let's see. Go down, walk the steps. While descending the steps, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. Once you reached the bottom, if you turned around, you would be confronted by the vision of hell. So, it's almost like it cut off all sounds, and everything was just dead quiet.
Okay, so you would walk down the steps.
Yes.
And you would see hell at the bottom of them?
Yeah, when you turned around, you would be confronted with a vision of hell.
What do you mean when you turned around?
When you turned around to go back up.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't turn
that's
around.
How No, but that's how I think of it. You know, you go down the steps. There's obviously nowhere else to go except for into this tomb. So you turn around to go back up.
And you see hell. Okay, that's what I thought you were saying, but I wasn't. I needed to clarify.
They say that the vision would drive you insane. Those who watched people perform this ritual said that they witnessed the person stop at the bottom, turn around, and then collapse to their knees in horror. According to some reports, several children emerged nearly comatose from the steps. Many of them never uttered another word.
Children?
Yeah. Like, kids were going out to do this.
Like little children?
Like, I'm thinking more like teenagers and preteens.
Come, little children,
I'll take thee away.
You know!
Of course I know. It's Hocus Pocus.
Oh, yeah. Bette Midler is a goddess. I love her.
I feel bad for people who don't love Bette Midler.
Yeah, they're douchebags.
Let's see here. So, the steps no longer exist. They bulldozed...
Motherfucker, I want to go.
I know.
I want to go to Mont blah, blah, blah.
So as the story goes, this is what, and I'm reading everything off of this one site. As the story goes, they were bulldozed or filled in with concrete years ago. Since then, there have been severe no trespassing limitations on the cemetery, and even rumors of kids making expeditions late at night to the Maltby Cemetery, armed with shovels, hoping to unearth the 13 steps to hell.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, those kids are like...
my friends.
They know they know what they want in life.
Yeah.
So they do have a couple of little stories here.
Cool.
They're all in quotations. My girlfriend and I wanted to see this for ourselves. You have to go down the 13 steps and then you see a little chair. If you sit in the chair, it automatically means that you have sold your soul to the devil. It sounds really creepy. I was at my church with my friend, and his pastor said that he went there when he was 16 years old, and it was the worst experience of his life.
Why? He's a pastor.
Well, I don't know, he wasn't a pastor at 16.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's a pastor now.
Oh.
I am going to assume that he had another type of experience down in that dirty little hole.
Oh, it didn't say which church he was from.
I'm just saying, dirty little hole.
Okay, another one.
Jesus, I'm like 5.
So this one is longer. That one was only like 1 paragraph. This one's like 3 paragraphs.
Okay.
A group of us headed out to the cemetery in Maltby. We made sure we got there as close to midnight as possible. After about an hour of searching around in the dark, we finally found it, the 13 steps. In the moonlight, you couldn't see the bottom. We tried using a flashlight, and we still could not see the bottom. And that's only 13 steps, mind you. They couldn't see the bottom.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
I wouldn't do it. I might slide a mattress down it, but I will not walk down them.
One of the toddler mattresses that's all plastic, so it slides down a lot easier.
Yes.
My sister had one of those, and we had carpeted stairs, and we would use that to go downstairs.
I used to have a friend that we would do that. It was fun.
Yeah, my mom got so pissed all the time. She was like, "Stop doing that."
You're like, "But it's fun, Mom.
It's great." Anyways, it was frightening, and one of the girls was so freaked out that she couldn't even look down into the staircase. I called it a scarecase.
It's the scarecase from heck.
I decided I was going to go for it, but as I walked down the first 2 steps, I started to feel sick. After the next 2 steps, I felt lightheaded. When I got to the 6th step, I became so cold that I could barely breathe. And
come on, you're almost halfway there.
I know! And I could hear muffled yelling and screaming. I was not going any further. I couldn't even take the next step. When I turned to climb back up, I could feel something pushing on my back, and I couldn't see up to my friends clearly. When I finally reached the top of the staircase, I realized the yelling and screaming was coming from my friends. They were screaming that I had disappeared when I went down. I'm 6 feet tall. I couldn't have been out of sight after only gone down halfway. Needless to say, we were all completely freaked out and got out of there as quickly as possible. To this day, every now and then, I dream about the 13 steps that led down to hell, and I always wake up in a cold sweat.
Dude, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's a scary story.
There's a note in this article.
Yeah.
And this is really interesting. I kind of skipped over this because I usually skip over things that say note.
Yeah.
There is also a 13
Unless
steps.
it says footnote. Just read the footnotes.
Just read the footnotes. There is also a 13-step cemetery in Palo called Pleasant Ridge Cemetery. There is a set of stairs leading up to the cemetery gate that has 12 steps. But at night, a 13th step is said to appear.
Hot dog.
I know, right?
Is that in Brazil?
I don't know where Palo is.
San Paulo?
No, it didn't say San Paulo. It just says Palo. Palo.
That sounds boring.
And I don't know where that is.
Probably in Texas.
Pleasant Ridge Cemetery, Palo. I'm going to Google it. So we're going to...
Pleasant Ridge.
Pleasant. Pleasant Ridge Cemetery. Palo.
Maybe that's California.
I think
there's a Palo Alto.
Iowa.
Oh. That's like...
It's in Iowa.
I'm pretty sure I'll never go to Iowa.
So when you go into Google and type Pleasant Ridge Cemetery Palo, it's there's a blog spot on 42 North Observations, the haunting of the 13 Stairs Cemetery.
Holy shit.
That's like one of the very first little things to come up.
That one dude's story kind of scared me.
Yeah, seriously, when he disappears, he's 6 foot tall. He's only gone down 6 steps.
It actually kind of freaked me out a little. I'm not gonna lie.
Pleasant Ridge Cemetery, located a few miles north of Palo, Iowa, is a well-known local site of paranormal investigation, and it keeps on growing in ghost hunting love. Let's go.
I said I wasn't going to Iowa.
Come on, there's great corn there, I swear.
And cows.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck is in Iowa. Where is Iowa?
It's over
by Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't go there either.
Why?
Well, there's Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks.
But it's... I can never see myself actually wanting to...
I would want to go to
If you live in Iowa, I'm sure it's lovely.
No, I would want to go to this place. Published stories about the site have several themes. One theme is that the Hilltop Cemetery is a source of EVP ghost voices, which is electronic voice phenomenon.
Hilltop?
Yep. Another theme is that...
If you're from T-Town, you know what that means. Just saying.
Gotta love that T-Town, though.
To Compton.
To Compton. No, it's Tillicompton, and then you just have T-Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tillicum is Tillicompton. Trust me.
Tillicum is fucking... nasty.
My mom lived there.
It has the word "cum" in it.
I know.
For a reason. It's disgusting.
And no, my mom lived there in some apartments, and I called her one day, and they were like the kind of apartments where you pay $200 every couple of weeks to live there.
Ouch.
Yeah, and she was like, I was like asking her how it was going, and she was, telling me all this stuff. She's like, oh, well, we went to the store and did this, and then I went to the library and did that, then there was a shooting in the parking lot, and then we went over and we did this at the park, and I was like, What?
Don't go outside.
Like,
ever.
And she would tell all these stories of, like, you know, raids going on. The cops would come in and raid different apartments, and they were throwing flashbangs all the time. And that's when you knew somebody was getting busted.
Did you hear about the little girl that disappeared from there? Her mom was just, like, out of it because, you know, she's from fucking Tillicum.
Yeah.
And her mom didn't know that her little girl in, like, elementary school didn't have school. And so she got her ready for school, had her go to school, and the little girl disappeared.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, because she didn't know that the little girl didn't have... So she was either a very hardworking, like, single mom and not able to keep up on that shit.
Or she was whacked out of her mind. Like, drugged out of her mind. Because there's a lot of
I don't want to assume, but it's a really bad place.
It is a terrible area. I mean, it's right outside of the military base. People get, you know, discharged from the military, and they have got nowhere to go. And so they just stay there.
They're like the Lost Boys.
Yeah, they are like the Lost Boys. Poor Lost Boys.
We'll have to talk about that one day.
Yeah, the Lost Boys?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
When we talk about cults.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another theme is that of nighttime sightings of a red-eyed growling dog. Still, others concern floating orbs of light.
Like a Grimm?
Maybe. Evidence of past paranormal investigations sometimes litter the property with spent batteries and melted candle stumps. Years ago, authorities restricted access to the road directly in front of the cemetery. Reports of patrols near Halloween also help preserve the intended nature of the graveyard from the curious. Web traffic to this blog post also increases each year near the end of October. Investigate the site yourself to determine if these haunting claims are true.
I love that they just talked about all these problems that the officials are having.
And they're like, you need to check it out. One unique headstone in the cemetery is that of Thankful Blackburn. Some say she was a self-proclaimed witch who died in 1862.
Her name was Thankful?
Thankful Blackburn.
That was like Puritan times when they would name their kids like
weird shit.
Chastity and prudence. And like they would name them after qualities that they want them to have.
Yeah.
I almost feel like that would have like the opposite effect. Like I knew a few chastities, right? And they were sluts. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
They were fun girls. Don't get me wrong, but
her now flat-laying marker provides a folksy warning to the rest of us. And it says, remember, friends, as you pass by, what you are now, so once was I. What I am now, so you must be. Prepare in life to follow me. I know.
I like it.
I like it, too. I want to meet this Thankful.
I do, too. Okay, so I just had a thought.
Okay.
So right now, we're going through this this baby name phase of people, like, naming their kids, like, old-fashioned names from, like... I don't know, like Victorians. I'm saying, what if we had like a Puritan name, like Uprising?
Oh man, that would be like
terrible and hysterical all at once.
It would be so tragic.
if Madeline gives me my grandbaby and it's named some dumb shit, no, it's gonna be like, okay, my grandma, she's like nuts, and my grandfather was in the military.
Is this the grandma that I met?
Crazy grandma,
the one that's really funny.
Yeah, hysterical.
Yeah, I love her.
She's funny, you guys. She wears red lipstick every day, and she always has like black on and leopard, and she loves anything with sparkles.
And she will tell you how it is, no matter what it is. There was one time where somebody was in the bathroom, but she had to pee, and she's like, "I don't care if you're still in there. I'm on my way."
Yeah, she's like, "I've seen it all before."
Yeah.
She used to be a trucker, and her favorite band is Pink Floyd.
Hell yeah!
So, Grandma, she was like kind of nuts. I'll have to tell you guys stories about my grandma, but my mother's name was Afton, and while my grandfather, which is like a name in my grandfather's side of the family, and she decided she didn't like that name when he was gone on leave and just started calling my mom Marna, which is a fucking weird name anyway, right? No, and so now everybody calls my mom Marna because when she was a toddler, that's what my grandmother decided her name was going to be, even though her legal name is Afton.
I know, and I was so confused because I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
And when we first like moved down here to be close to your mom, I just always knew her as Marna. And I had like come over to the house for something, and I got the mail, and I grabbed the mail, and I don't look at other people's mail. That's not my mail. I will happily grab it for you, but I'm not going to look at it.
Oh, I open other people's mail all the time.
And then
no, I don't.
And then there was a package on the porch, and I picked it up, and I'm like, who the fuck is Afton? And I like walk in saying that, and I can hear Marna like from, that's me. I was like, oh, okay.
And you want to know the funny thing? So Afton, very unusual, very old-fashioned name.
Yeah.
She was going to have her name changed. And then she met my dad, and they got married. And she found out his mom's name was Afton.
That's perfect.
So she wasn't allowed to change her name because it would upset her mother-in-law.
Oh, God.
So she was fucked with it. And by the time my grandma passed or wouldn't have cared, she was like,
it's
whatever.
too late now.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, everybody calls you Marna.
Mm-hmm.
There's no need to... Hi, Marna. Because I know she listens. There's no need to change your name. Everybody's going to call you that. Yeah, it's going to be like, people are going to have like a moment of confusion if they pick up a package for you for the first time. But it's really not that big of a deal.
Just a funny little anecdote of where I came from. These jeans.
And plus, changing names is hard. Like, I haven't even changed my last name, and I've been married for 1.5 years.
Really? People still call me Stevie.
Yeah. Every now and then I think about calling you Stevie. But for some reason, I keep, like, shorthanding Kristen, and I keep calling you Chris. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't mind.
It's like, Chris. 10.
10.
Oh, my God.
I've never felt like my name actually matched me. You know, like, do you ever feel like that? When people call you Brittney, it's weird.
It is weird. I don't like it. I've never really liked my name. I'm not going to go through and change it because that's just going to be too much of a hassle. I like my name
fine, but I've just never thought of myself as Kristen.
I don't see myself as an old-ass woman in a fucking nursing home with a name like Brittney, you know? Call me Mabel. Let's just start calling me Mabel.
Oh, I love that name.
Yeah, I like that name too.
Is that your old lady name, Mabel?
No, I had a different old lady name. I don't remember what it was. It was...
I have a pirate name, but not an old lady name.
What was it? It was something cool because then they could call me something else, and it worked out really well. I don't fucking remember.
I'd be a good Iris.
I think you would be a good Iris.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could see you just fine. Get it? Stop looking at my glasses all weird.
Now I'm looking at your irises.
Stop looking at my irises all weird.
I'm going to plant irises in my garden. What kind? I don't know.
This week from Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's right.
Just kidding. He'd eat them. Anyways.
Did you think of Shrek?
No.
Where he talks about the eyeballs and he likes having the jelly on toast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part of Shrek is when he takes the earwax out of his ear to make a candle.
Pretty much every favorite part of mine for Shrek is anything with Donkey in it.
Yeah.
Fucking love that guy.
Donkey's amazing. And it's just really funny that he like falls in love and has babies with a dragon.
It drives Jeremy nuts. I'm always like, hey. It's like, yeah. I was like, do you want to watch Shrek? He's like, no, I don't want to fucking watch Shrek.
You know what?
We just watched it 6 months ago. And I'm like, but I love it.
You can come watch it with me and Ariel anytime.
Okay, I do like it.
Because I like Shrek. Ariel loves Shrek. It's a good time. It's so funny. I remember when it came out when I was a kid, and it was just Lord Farquaad. Lord Farquaad is just, he's hilarious. And my big thing is, too, is when the movies came out, I was a little bit older. I was a teenager. And I've always, like, loved John Lithgow as an actor. And so...
He's one of my faves.
I know. He's so versatile. And it's just, yeah, like Dexter... Oh, come on.
The Trinity Killer.
Oh,
Wasn't he the Trinity?
He was the Trinity Killer, and that was just so intense. I had a hard time watching that because I loved him so much.
He was very convincing, and he's
so
convincing. Some shit up. If you haven't watched Dexter, do it.
Oh my gosh, and then watch Trial and Error because that shit was hilarious.
I never watched Trial and Error.
Okay, so what you have to do is, if you haven't seen The Staircase yet, about the staircase murders, don't watch Trial and Error.
Okay.
Watch The Staircase first. It's all on YouTube. I found it.
Staircase.
Yeah, watch The Staircase first.
You're going to have to text me something.
Yeah. And then you go through and you watch Trial and Error. And it is just, Trial and Error is kind of like they're making a mockumentary out of The Staircase. And it's just so funny. It is hilarious.
I love John Lithgow.
I do love John Lithgow. He is incredible. Everything I've ever seen him in, I've thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just... it's not that he's a handsome man.
Like
it's just he's very
should include him in a very high-necked turtleneck holding a skull.
Yes, with like
he's
the
a
Bill
serious
Gates.
Octo.
Yeah, with the Bill Gates black and white.
Yeah. No, it's Steve Jobs.
Yeah, Steve Jobs, not Bill Gates. Steve Jobs. You're right.
Wouldn't that be funny if Bill Gates started wearing black turtlenecks?
Oh my god!
People would be They would lose their minds. It would be hysterical.
That would be so ridiculous.
Hey, Mr. Gates.
Mr. Gates.
Invest in some nice black turtlenecks.
Anyways, but no, it's not the fact that obviously he's not like the most handsome man in the world, John Lithgow, but he is so just incredibly talented.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's believable.
He is very believable.
Yeah.
He is so believable.
Sometimes they just put somebody like hot in a role and you're just like,
why? You know, I thought that's what they were doing with This Is Us with the actor dude. I can't remember his name because it's been so long since I watched it.
This Is Us. Which one is that?
The one with the twins and the life story and the adopted kid and Mandy Moore's in it.
Oh, I did not watch that.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes.
When?
It was on all last season.
Did we watch it together?
No. You watched it on your own.
I did?
Anyways, he was the Manny.
I didn't watch this.
You did watch this. I know you did because you would be like, this is too much. Because it was really emotional.
Oh. Maybe that's why I blocked it out.
Probably. Anyway, so they put this really, great looking guy in this role, and I was like, oh, it's going to be one of those characters. That's fine. There's so many other characters to concentrate on, and his character has become one of my favorites. And it's just, I don't know, it's really good. It's that one that flashes back and forth between, like, now and the 70s. And it's got the guy from Gilmore Girls.
Nope.
Come on.
I never watched that shit, man.
Yes, you have.
Maybe Madeline did.
Maybe. I don't know, but you should watch that too. It's really good. How did this become a podcast about TV shows?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyways, I'm pretty much done with my urban legend because there's, obviously a bunch of, like, I saw a couple of Reddit threads with a bunch of different stories and, things like that. But that's all stuff that everybody can go look up if they're wrong. And that's the 13 Steps to Hell at the Maltby Cemetery in Maltby, Washington.
I liked it. I thought it was great.
Maltby. That's how you spell Maltby. M as in Mary.
How did they come up with that name?
I don't know. I don't name towns.
Do you think it was an Indian name?
No. I think it was I'm
sorry, Native American.
Yeah. BPC, okay. Sorry. No, I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't know. How did they come up with a lot of names that
up there? A lot of them.
Well, I know, but that aren't Native American.
I don't know. Around here, it's the Book of Mormon.
Yeah. Like, what the hell what does even, like, Laverkin mean?
Oh, Laverkin does not mean anything.
I know.
But I really do want to start my own business called Laverkin Gherkins, and it'll be a pickle company.
All right, let's do it.
Because gherkins
I'll do delicious. All the vinyl cutting because I got a new vinyl cutter.
Brittney's going to be in my marketing department.
I am. Because my husband finally let me get a vinyl cutter.
So I'm going to read you a story.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let me put the feet up here and wiggle around a little bit.
Wiggle that butt.
Ugh,
wiggle,
got
wiggle,
the beer.
Wiggle, yeah.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I used to do that with Ariel when she was a baby. I would have her stand up on my legs and I would grab her hands and I'd just wiggle her back and forth and she loved it. And then when I would do that, and I would do it in public because, like, it got her to calm down, but, like, that was before we started doing the wiggle, wiggle, wiggle song. And instead I would do shaking baby syndrome, and she would be so happy and laughing, and I would get so many dirty looks. It was the only way to calm her down. That's something to
laugh about, Brittney.
Well, it was the only way to calm her down. It made her so happy. I tried it with other words and things like that.
That's the way I used to calm my babies down too.
With shaking baby syndrome. Obviously, I did not give her shaking baby syndrome. I did it very nicely.
No effects. Tayton just likes to drink from the dog bowl, but that's fine. That's fine. That's just his way. Oh, God. All those poor babies that actually get shaken baby syndrome. I know. We're totally not laughing at the babies.
No, I'm not laughing at them. I'm just... Oh, God. I feel so awful. The people who did that to them are monsters.
Yes, they're momsters.
They're not always the moms.
Yeah, right. Usually they're boyfriends who are high on drugs.
I know. Fuckers.
Okay, we'll talk about that
another time. Yep. Another time.
Would you want a scary story?
Yes.
Okay.
Should we turn off the lights?
Ooh.
No.
Because I have to be able to read. Because then I'll just be making shit up.
That's true.
And who knows where that'll go. It's probably end up with cats.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is about the Russian sleep experiment. Do you know about this?
Yes!
Okay, I'm going to read to you.
Okay.
And I'm reading you word for word from this article that I got because the person who wrote this out did it fucking perfect. Good job, person. I don't know who you are, but if you are listening, you did a really great job. Good job.
You don't have the website or anything?
Oh, maybe. Oh, I fucked some shit up.
Yeah, you did. What's that? What's that?
No, that's wrong.
Oh. Did you find it on Wikipedia?
No, I found this on some random website, and then I just copy and pasted and printed.
Plagiarizing.
I did.
Okay, well, at least you're not actually taking credit for it. You're saying that somebody else deserves credit.
Yes, this is somebody else, and I don't know who you are, so good job. Okay, so the Russian sleep experiment, and here we go. Okay. Toward the end of the 1940s, Soviet researchers sealed 5 prison inmates in an airtight chamber and dosed them with an experimental stimulant gas to test the effects of prolonged sleep deprivation.
Yes.
Their behavior was observed via 2-way mirrors and their conversations monitored electronically. They were promised their freedom if they could go without sleep for 30 days.
Fuck.
Sounds very 1940s.
It does, yeah.
Those fuckers.
There's probably Agent Orange that actually put it into...
Yeah, I think that was the 60s.
I know, but you don't know how long they've been around for.
Yeah, MK Ultra.
MK Ultra!
The first few days passed uneventfully. By the 5th day, however, the subjects began showing signs of stress and were overheard bemoaning their circumstances. They stopped conversing with their fellow inmates, choosing instead to whisper compromising information about one another into the microphones, apparently in an effort to win the favor of the researchers. Paranoia set in.
Yeah.
On the 9th day, the screaming began. First one subject, then another was observed running around the chamber, screaming for hours on end. Equally disconcerting was the behavior of the quieter subjects, who began ripping apart the books they'd been given to read, smearing the pages with feces and plastering them over the mirrored windows so their actions could no longer be observed.
Oh.
Then, just as suddenly, the screaming stopped. The subjects ceased communicating altogether. 3 days passed without a sound from inside the chamber. Fearing the worst, the researchers addressed them via the intercom. "We are opening the chamber to test the microphones," they said. "Step away from the door and lie flat on the floor or you will be shot.
Oh.
Compliance will earn one of you your immediate freedom." A voice from inside answered, "We no longer want to be freed." 2 more days passed without contact of any kind as the scientists debated what to do next. Finally, they decided to terminate the experiment. At midnight on the 15th day, the stimulant gas was flushed from the chamber and replaced with fresh air in preparation for the subject's release. Far from being pleased at the prospect of leaving, the subjects began screaming as if in fear for their lives. They begged to have the gas turned back on. Instead, the researchers unsealed the door to the chamber and sent armed soldiers inside to retrieve them. Nothing could have repaired them for the carnage they witnessed upon entering.
Oh.
One subject was found dead, laying face down in 6 inches of bloody water.
Ew.
Chunks of his flesh had been torn off and stuffed into the floor drain.
Ew.
All the subjects had been severely mutilated, in fact. Even worse, the wounds appeared to be self-inflicted.
No.
They had ripped open their own abdomens and disemboweled themselves with their bare hands.
Ew.
Some had even eaten their own flesh.
Ew.
The 4 who were still alive seemed terrified of falling asleep and refused to leave the chamber, again pleading with the researchers to turn the gas back on. When the soldiers attempted to remove the inmates by force, they fought back so ferociously they couldn't believe their eyes. One suffered a ruptured spleen and lost so much blood there was literally nothing left for his heart to pump. Yet continued flailing for a full 3 minutes until his lifeless body collapsed.
Oh my god!
The remaining subjects were restrained and transported to a medical facility for treatment. The first to be operated on fought so furiously against being anesthetized that he tore muscles and broke bones during the struggle. As soon as the anesthetic took effect, his heart stopped and he died.
Oh my god.
The rest underwent surgery without sedation.
Fuck. Jesus.
Nope. Far from feeling any pain, however, they laughed hysterically on the operating table. So hysterically that the doctors, perhaps fearing for their own sanity, administered a paralytic agent to immobilize them. After surgery, the survivors were asked why they had mutilated themselves and why they so desperately wanted to go back on the stimulant gas. Each in turn gave the same enigmatic answer: "I must remain awake." The researchers considered euthanizing them to obliterate every trace of the failed experiment, but were overruled by their commanding officer, who ordered that it be resumed immediately, with 3 of the researchers joining the inmates in the sealed chamber. Horrified, the chief researcher pulled out a pistol and shot the commanding officer point blank. He then turned and shot one of the 2 surviving subjects. Aiming his gun at the last one left alive, he asked, What are you? I must know. Have you forgotten so easily? The subject said, grinning. We are you. We are the madness that lurks within you all, begging to be free at every moment in your deepest animal mind. We are what you hide from in your beds every night. We are what you sedate into silence and paralysis when you go to the nocturnal haven where we cannot tread. The researcher fired a bullet into his heart. The EEG monitor flatlined as the subject murmured these last words. So nearly free.
Oh my god. Can we just, like, save this to read to the kids when we go camping?
Yes, we can.
That was really well written.
Yeah, it was. Okay. That's why I was like, damn, like, so we know that people have to have sleep.
Yeah, obviously. Like me, I'm tired right now. I'm just yawning.
So it's kind of a question, though. What would we do without 15 or more days without natural downtime? What would we do?
I think, what's the words? The words that I don't form, because obviously I didn't get very much sleep last night. I think you'd start to hallucinate, and then you keep getting those, like, little rushes of adrenaline, and then I think all those, like, little rushes of adrenaline are eventually going to start affecting your organs, and, you're hallucinating, so you don't think anything of it, and I think it's just going to keep all, like, domino affecting all the way down. I don't think it would be that severe, which, obviously, that's an urban legend. Yeah. I don't think that's true, but I don't think it would be that severe, but I think it would still be pretty medically bad, and it would end up killing you or causing pretty severe brain damage.
Well, I agree. I think you'd go fucking insane.
Yeah.
Period. Like, you would just go nuts. And there's actually no evidence that this had actually ever taken place. But we do have the results of a 1964 high school science fair project in which the effects of prolonged sleep deprivation were monitored by a bona fide sleep researcher from Stanford University and a professor of neuropsychiatric medicine. By default, it's come to be considered one of the most seminal studies in the field.
Wow.
Yes. And the world record is in 11 days without sleep. This guy's Randy Gardner from high school, from Point Loma High School in San Diego, California. 11 days for the Guinness World Records. And he suffered about the dizziness, memory loss, slurred speech, hallucinations. Thank you. I speak English. And even paranoia over the course of the 264-hour experiment. Yeah. But he never did anything resembling extreme behaviors allegedly observed by the Russian researchers. And then when it was done, he slept for like 14 hours. Yeah. And he awoke feeling rested and alert, and there was no ill effects.
It's so incredible that it only takes 14 hours of sleep after 11 days of no sleep.
Yep. And you want to know what sucks about that kid? He never actually was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records because he missed the submission deadline.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So the most recent title holder in that category before the Guinness actually retired risky behaviors, they don't encourage that anymore, was a Maureen Weston of Cambridgeshire, England, who stayed awake for 18 days and 17 hours during a rocking chair marathon in 1977.
A rocking chair marathon. That seems like
a sleep fest.
Oh my god, that's such a UK thing.
Yeah, but she didn't like rip open her own antibiotic.
Yeah, exactly.
That, but... Yeah.
But they also, to be fair, didn't have that gas in the air.
So I don't know who wrote it, but this was a creepypasta.
That's definitely a creepypasta.
But that was a good story, right?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that one, too. I thought it was really fucking cool. I'm kind of on this thing with Russians lately. I think they're this whole, like, not like the Russian culture, but I really have been into, like Russian society, like in the early 1900s time. I just find that to be a really interesting time period.
I've always wanted to learn to speak Russian because I think, to me, it's one of the more beautiful languages. I love how deep and, like, bless you. I love how, like, deep and almost, like, aggressive it is.
Beautiful,
just, like,
it's flowery.
But it flowers and it flows, and it's just, to me, it's just wonderful, and I would love to learn how to speak it. And with a lot of people, their languages are like, oh, no, the French, oh, no, Italian, oh, no, Spanish. They're all, like, the most romantic, and I'm like... Nah, dude, Russian speaks to my heart. Like,
nobody says German.
Well, there was one time when I was working at the casino gift shop. These two guys came in and they looked fine and they were very handsome. And they started speaking and they were like speaking this beautiful throaty Russian, and I just fell in love. And I wanted to make all of their babies. I didn't care if they were in a mob or not. That was not a problem for me. I mean, they came in wearing those, like, tight black shirts. And
Are you sure they weren't jumpsuits?
I'm sure they weren't jumpsuits. Okay. But they just were very, like, after that, I was just like, I want all of you on top of me. Let's do this. But I love Russians. I think they're wonderful. Except for, those naughty ones. Yeah.
There's some fucking weird killers, like Russian killers.
Yeah.
And there's this one show, I don't know if it's on Netflix or not, about the world's most dangerous prisons, and one of them is spotlighted as in Russia.
Really?
That's some scary fucking shit.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
It's not, I don't know. There's something about that culture where if you decide to become a hardened criminal, you are just like fucking psychotic.
Yeah.
You're psychotic. You have to be.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why else? I mean, why else would you do that? Why would you want to do that? I don't know. It's just...
Maybe it's just my Americanized preconceived notions.
Yeah, that could be it, too.
I'm a Cold War baby.
I'm just really naive.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm naive... I choose to be naive about a lot of things because I feel like because I'm so emotional about so many things, I have such, like, I've been struggling with my anxiety for years and all that other wonderful stuff. If I let myself be not naive, if I smarten myself up about a lot of things, my anxiety would skyrocket and I wouldn't be able to breathe anymore.
I want to know every detail about everything.
No, not me. I don't.
Yeah, I do. I want to know it all.
I don't.
I don't care how horribly bad it is. I want to know.
Nope. Every time I see another post about, like, a bombing in Syria, I have to immediately scroll away because I can't handle it. I can't. It's ridiculous. I can't do it.
It pisses me off. There's, like, certain things that you can't unknow when you start looking into different...
I can't watch Madagascar 3 because I bawl my eyes out. Or no, Madagascar 2 because I bawl my eyes out within the first 10 minutes.
I only ever watched Madagascar 1. That's how I was with Up. I lost my shit.
Oh my god, I won't even watch Up.
I won't.
Shit. I've never seen it and I won't.
You've never seen it?
No, I never won't.
Oh my god, it's so sweet.
Because I will bawl my eyes out.
Just like the first 10 minutes, you're fucking ruined.
Okay, so then I'll watch everything after the first 10 minutes.
No, I'll watch it with you.
No.
It'll be fun.
No.
A dog doesn't die. Does that
What
help?
were you watching the other day that you were crying at?
Moana.
Oh my god, it was Moana. You were crying.
I was.
Adorable.
I love Grandma.
No, but I think there was another one that we watched that you were crying at too.
I've been crying a lot lately.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
But definitely you cried at Moana. Yeah, that grandma was pretty badass.
I cried when I took Madeline to go see the Winnie the Pooh movie.
Yeah.
When Kanga lost Rue, I lost it.
Yeah, I know. I took Ariel to go see a movie at the theaters and I was like crying. I think it was when we went to go see Inside Out, I cried because of Bing Bong.
Oh, Bing Bong.
The imaginary friend Bing Bong was really sad and I got really upset. It was like there was like other moms around too and I was like trying really hard not to cry and then I saw one blubbering like an idiot and I was like, okay, it's not just me. But I still tried to play it cool, like, I'm not wiping off a tear or anything. It was a good movie. I really like that movie.
Inside Out?
Yeah.
It was cute.
It was really cute.
I finally got around to watching it and I was like, this is okay.
Yeah. I think it's a great movie. It gives kids a lot of great tools with dealing with their emotions and to be able to identify that. And Ariel does that every now and then. She'll be like, well, I'm like purple, like fear or whatever it is. Or I don't remember, but she'll use it every now and then. And I'll know what she's talking about, like as she's saying it. I just can't remember right now because I'm drinking. It's
like whenever I used to watch Days of Our Lives and then people would say, well, what happened? And I'd be like, I don't know,
but
I'll know exactly what happened. Well, no, it's funny because all this weird shit happens and so much happens in one episode, but yet nothing happens.
Yeah.
And so like, but you know exactly where it left off like the next day when you start watching it, but when you try to talk about it, you don't know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You can't verbalize it.
My grandma used to make me watch soap operas all the time because she loves her soap operas, all of them.
I loved Days of Our Lives. I haven't watched it in years and years.
Yeah. Nope, I would just be there and she would turn on her soap operas and watch 5 minutes of it. Then she would go outside to use the leaf blower. Leaving the soap operas on, I would go to change the channel. She'd come back in. Hey, I was watching that. No, you weren't. You were just outside on the other side of the property using your goddamn leaf blower.
She was telekinesis. Is that telekinesis?
I don't know what that is. That was just
something.
That was just my grandma being really mean to me. Making me watch her stories.
Gotta watch my stories.
Oh my God. I don't like soap operas or... I can't get into them. I prefer sitcoms because they're fucking hilarious.
I love sitcoms.
And I don't know, I like
a lot of them
TV
just
shows.
got canceled. Like, this is that season where they announce all the cancellation.
I know.
And a lot of them got canceled.
Well, luckily, it sounds like a couple of my favorites made it through. So, just not a couple more of my favorites. Like, I'm losing Sleepy Hollow.
It's hard. TV's becoming a dying breed a little bit. But they really revamped it.
They really have. But it's like, I'm losing... So, Sleepy Hollow, I'm losing... Last Man Standing.
Which is so funny.
And then there was like one more, but I didn't really care that much about that one. And then on the fence for a while, they actually had Timeless on the fence for a while, which I love that show.
Did they cancel it?
No.
Jeremy and I started watching it, and then we have a bunch of them recorded, but we just haven't watched them.
No, there was like this big petition, like save our shows, and Timeless was at the very top of that list, so they went ahead and renewed it. And then they were also on the fence about Making History, which is one of the funniest shows that I've ever seen in my entire life. And they're still not sure whether or not they're going to cancel it, I think, at this point. And that's the show that Karen Kilgariff produces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that is the funniest thing. Like, it is so, like, dumb. It's hilarious. It's just... And it's like...
She's also... I noticed she had... I don't know how much she's written for Portlandia, and that's like one of my favorite shows of all time.
She's written a lot for Portlandia. She is also on the talk show game show, which I don't watch game shows really.
I haven't watched that either, but I bet it's funny.
Yeah, I bet it is. I mean, I watched Jeopardy. Does Jeopardy count? Yeah, it's a game show.
I fucking love Jeopardy.
Yeah, Jeopardy. Alex Trebek
is
my god.
Alex Tribeca.
No, Alex Trebek. I love Alex Trebek.
That he's like, and it's funny, people will try to make a joke, and he's like, and moving on.
Yeah, he's like,
he doesn't even care.
No. Anyways, who
it's
let
like
this
Pat
clown
and
on
Vanna White? Like, when these people are gone, like,
what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Well, it's like when we lost Bob Barker and we got Drew Carey.
Spray and neuter your pets.
Spray? Spay. You
said spay. Yeah, I did say spray.
You said spray.
No, the pet's spray. That's why you spay.
Oh, okay. No, but it's spay and neuter. Anyways, so we lost Bob Barker and we get Drew Carey as a replacement. And honestly, I think because I've watched, quite a few episodes since Drew Carey has been hosting.
I used to watch it every single day.
Yeah,
and I got really good at it there for a minute.
But I think they did a pretty good job with Drew Carey. He's no Bob Barker. He's definitely not Bob Barker.
No, he's definitely different.
He's doing a great job. And Drew Carey's old now and doesn't really have much else going for him.
Yeah.
But he does really well, and I like that.
Hey, I just read this gossipy thing about Johnny Depp and how much financial issues he's having right now.
Yeah, I can't really, I don't take any sort of entertainment, or I don't...
I like to read about entertainment, though.
Well, I don't take in any entertainment, and I don't get any sort of satisfaction from, reading tabloids or
I used to read Us, every week.
And I used to, too. And then I just realized one day I was sitting there, and I was like, I don't even know who these fucking people are in their real lives. I know the characters that they've played. I know this or that.
Yeah.
Their life is their life. I don't give a fuck. And I really,
It's an escape,
Yeah. Well, there was this one...
I don't do it anymore, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I if I see it online or something.
Well, there was this one idiot that I used to work with at the hotel, and that was all she loved to do was talk about celebrity gossip. And I'm like...
it was real?
Yeah, and I'm like, do you even know these people?
I knew this one girl. I didn't realize people were so fucking stupid until I knew this one girl. And she... I hope you're not listening. Even if she was listening, she wouldn't know I'm fucking talking about her. Anyway, she would sit there and talk to me. It was when the hills were big, and she'd be like, "Oh my god, last night on the hills, I was so upset. I'm just upset. Lauren is being such a bitch." And I'm like, these people,
they're not real. They're characters.
But no, she took it like God's honest truth. And I was like, you are fucking dumb.
So here's the thing, too, though. It's like, I'm really attached to some shows like Grey's Anatomy. I have been watching Grey's Anatomy for years. I rewatch it all the time. I'm in the middle of rewatching it right now.
My son loves that show.
It's my fault that he loves that show, and I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Okay. Don't be sorry. I used to watch it all the way up until the writer's strike, and then I stopped watching it. And I don't do anything with that one blonde bitch. What's her name?
Katherine Heigl.
Yeah.
Well, she's gone after a while. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't like her. She's dumb.
So, she's gone after a while.
She's a dumb head.
But anyway, so I'm invested in the characters. Mm-hmm. And last week there was a new episode that just aired, and we're coming to the end of the 13th season here. And
why are they going to end it?
Never. Don't say these things.
They are going to do this forever.
They should do this forever. Because I love Grey's Anatomy. As long as Ellen Pompeo is in for it, then they're going to keep doing it, and that's fine by me. So
who's that?
The one who plays Meredith Grey.
Oh, gotcha.
So, anyways, last week there's like one episode left until the end of the season, and last week's episode was just, I'm so invested. I'm watching this and then I'm watching that, and something really awful happens. It's a terrible episode, and then something really, like, confusing happens, and I'm sitting there, and I'm in a cold sweat, and I'm shaking, and I'm, like, getting ready to bawl my eyes out, because I'm very invested in all of these characters, and, like, I'm like that for a couple of minutes after, like, the episode ends, and then I moved on, and I watched The Big Bang Theory. It's all about being able to move on, people.
You know what?
I understand getting invested in characters and things like that.
He's really invested in that show as well.
Yeah.
And one time, I just happened to... I'm such a mean mom. It fucking cracks me up. So, like, he was like... he was like, okay, do not... Because I was like, oh, I caught the last 5 minutes. Oh. And he's like... What? And it was like some big, like, crazy thing was supposed to happen. And,
you know...
And I was like, ooh. I was like... So, you know who dies, right? And he's like, what? What are you talking about? I was like, yeah, they're in the middle of their... Because I saw the last 5 minutes. And so I knew what had happened. And I basically just made up a bunch of shit. Yeah. So whenever he watched it, it was totally not as bad as he was anticipating.
The funny thing is I totally have done that to him a couple of times to Grey's Anatomy.
I totally described the scene. And he's like, oh my God, this is the scene. It's going to happen. He's going to die. And I was like... And I just told him it was just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
But I just
and then everything ends up being okay.
Yeah. And he came to me the next day. He was like, oh, man, you really upset me. I was like, all right, did my job as a parent.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, I've done that to him a couple of times with Grey's Anatomy, especially when, like, he first started watching it and he was, like, trying to catch up to me and all that other stuff, which obviously he can't do because he has to go to school and I had no job. So, yeah, I'm like, oh, so you're at the episode with the bomb, right? Yeah, man, that doesn't really turn out very good for Meredith at all. And he's like, are you kidding me? It's like, no, dude, she's fine.
That's so funny.
It was hilarious. Oh my gosh. And I was reading...
I do that to Madeline a lot, too. Maybe that's why kids are nervous.
Maybe that's why Madeline flinches from you all the time.
I know, it makes me so mad how she does that. Or, like, sometimes I'll hug her in public and she'll act like she's crying loudly. Pisses me off. I'll, like, be holding her and she's like... like all loud and sharing towards her. I'm like in the meat department. People are like looking at me. I'm like, you are a brat.
You just need to learn how to embrace it.
Yeah, she makes me laugh. But sometimes when she flinches for me, that makes me mad.
Why?
'Cause that's what like abused dogs do.
Ariel doesn't, and I don't abuse her.
Well, maybe you do.
Mark doesn't, and I don't abuse him anymore.
Oh gosh. Okay, and on that note.
Okay, yeah. Any ideas on what we're gonna do for the next episode?
I do not know.
Medical mysteries?
I like it.
That could get interesting.
That could get really interesting. Let's do that.
Yeah, medical mysteries. Let me I don't have a good pen.
I'm sure I'll text you in 5 days and be like,
what were we gonna talk about again? Medical mysteries.
Medical mysteries.
Oh, my pen is gay.
It's the medical mystery tour. Here, you can use it.
Wait, it's working. It's red and it's perfect.
This gave it the inspiration that it needed to move correctly.
Medical
mysteries.
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 I feel like my handwriting has gotten better with age. It's only going to go downhill from here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the next episode is going to be medical mysteries. We're coming up on, when's this going to air? Probably closer to Memorial Day. That'll be cool.
Yeah. And we can talk about when we record.
Yeah.
You got some family coming in.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's going to be fun.
I think the next time we're going to have to record is
in a couple weeks.
Gonna have to be in a couple of weeks, but
We
I
might
think
have to make time to do it and tell them like, hey, we need an hour.
Yeah, like we just need an hour.
I don't think that'll be bad. They're gonna be here for a couple weeks.
Yeah, then that's not the problem. The problem is just having a place to record because they're gonna be in here.
That's right.
So I was maybe if we can kick everybody out of the house, we can just do it in the living room or something.
That's good. We'll send them to a movie or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yay! Figured
Take
it out.
your family out. Yay! It's my favorite.
I'm actually very excited to see them. I love my in-laws. I think they're wonderful people.
I think that's awesome.
But it's just trying to get everything figured out after the fact.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay, guys.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening.
Catch you on the flip side.
We love all 4 of you. You're great.
Yeah, now we don't have that one listener anymore. We have 4 of you.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys. Love you. See you soon.
Hey everyone, it's Brittney here. I just wanted to say thank you for listening to another episode of the All Things Strange podcast. I just wanted to let you know that we are all across social media doing everything that we can to get the word out. We do have our email all set up, so if you want to set in suggestions or if we're not on a platform that you want to listen to us on, I can do my best to get us on there. So the email is allthingsstrangepodcast@gmail.com. We are also All Things Strange Podcast on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on iTunes. On Twitter, we are All Strange Pod, because apparently All Things Strange Podcast was way too many letters for that specific platform. I mean, you only get so many. But please go follow us on all those social medias. I'm going to try to be a lot more active on them because I want to hear from you guys and I want you to, like, see what we're doing all the time and everything like that. Make sure to share the posts with your friends, like, subscribe, rate, comment, be a part of our little family here because we want to grow. We want things to be amazing for you guys. We really do appreciate you with our, 4 listeners out there. I know we don't have very many, but it's cool. You're one of us. You're here with us at the beginning. We love you. We appreciate it. Thank you so, so much, and we'll talk to you later.